Bro, think for just 1 second. From this morning until right now, how many decisions have you made? Should you have tea or coffee? Should you watch this video or not? It feels like all of these were your own decisions, right? But what if I told you that most of these decisions were actually not yours at all? Someone silently influenced your mind and you had no idea. This is the dark side of psychology. And today in this video I am going to tell you 5 tactics that manipulators, politicians and marketers use on you every single day. This video is not so you can use these on others. This is so that when someone tries to use these on you, you can recognize it immediately, because the person who knows these is safe and the person who does not is always a target. So let us start with trick number 5, which is the reverse trap. Bro, do one thing. Do not look up right now. And what happened? Your eyes went up, right? That was not an accident. That is psychology. And when someone is stopped from doing something, their brain automatically wants to do exactly that, which is called psychological reactance. And this is why clickbait works so well, because only mature people will understand. This video makes everyone want to watch it. And this tactic is also used in relationships when someone says forget it, you cannot do it anyway, and you immediately start proving yourself. So whenever you are automatically drawn towards something, just pause for 1 second and ask yourself if this is your genuine decision or if someone deliberately pushed you this way. Now trick number 4 is master of choice. Do you really make your own decisions? Because technically yes, but practically very often no. And this is called false choice, where someone puts only 2 options in front of you and both results are in their favor. Like your friend asks, should we go to Pizza Hut or Domino's? And you think you decided, but actually the option of staying home was never even presented to you. And this is used massively in marketing, where they say, take the basic plan or the premium plan, and the free option is never mentioned. So whenever someone gives you only 2 options, you find a third one yourself by simply asking, is there any other option? Because that one small question completely changes your perspective. Moving to trick number 3, which is the guilt trap. Guilt is an emotion that breaks a person from the inside, and manipulators know this very well, which is why they never ask for anything directly. They just say one sentence that lights a fire of guilt inside you, like if I was truly important to you, then you would have found time. And suddenly you start justifying yourself, apologizing and doing their work for them while thinking it was your own decision. And this happens most in toxic relationships, where you push all your own needs aside just to please them. So whenever you suddenly feel guilty, just pause and honestly ask yourself if you actually did something wrong or if someone deliberately made you feel this way. Because genuine guilt comes from a real action, but manipulated guilt comes only from carefully chosen words. Then trick number 2 is emotional hijack, which is probably the most dangerous of all because it temporarily completely shuts down your ability to think. And emotional hijack happens when someone deliberately triggers a strong emotion in you, whether it is fear, anger, excitement or grief, and in that emotional state you make a decision that you regret later. Just like politicians never give only facts in their speeches, but first they trigger your fear, then your anger, then your pride. And by the time you are riding that wave, your decision has already gone in their favor. And the same thing happens with today only offer ads that give you no time to think. And the scientific name for this is amygdala hijack, where emotions become so intense that the rational thinking part of your brain temporarily stops working. So the simple rule to protect yourself is to never make any big decision when you are in a strong emotional state, and once the emotion cools down, review your decision again, because you will often surprise yourself. And finally, trick number 1 is the power of silence, which looks the simplest but is the most deadly. We think that whoever talks the most is the most powerful, but psychology says the complete opposite. Because when someone deliberately stays silent, the other person's brain starts filling up with anxiety, guilt and discomfort on its own, and under that pressure they end up saying things they never wanted to share. Which is why investigators officially use this technique in interrogations, knowing that if they just stay quiet, the suspect will keep talking on their own. And this happens in your life too, when someone reads your message and deliberately does not reply, and you in your anxiety send one message, then another, and the more you talk, the more their control over you grows. So to protect yourself, tackle silence with silence and do not let your anxiety turn into action, because the person who speaks first in a negotiation, an argument or a relationship is always in the more vulnerable position. So these were the 5 psychological tactics used every day around the world: reverse trap, false choice, guilt trap, emotional hijack, and power of silence and knowing. All of these was important because there are only 2 kinds of people in this world: those who know these tactics exist and those who do not. And those who do not are always the target. So remember that real power is not in controlling others, but in making sure that no one can ever control you. And if this video taught you something new, then subscribe right now and share this video with the people you genuinely want to protect. And I will see you in the next video.